All right, we are officially live. Today we have a great episode of the podcast. We're going to be talking with Heather Rose and Phoebe Mouton of the Hive Market out of Grand Coteau. Okay, we'll talk about why that's important in a little bit. But it's going to be a great show. We're going to be talking about their business and all that they have going on. Real quick, our studio is sponsored by OptimizeGP.com. That's Optimized Generator People. We have had the least active and eventful hurricane season ever. Nothing. And typically, this would be the great opportunity to tell you, like, hey, get a generator so you don't lose your electricity during hurricane season. But you know what? Better safe than sorry. Next year, we might not be so lucky. So if you want to keep your power during a storm, Optimized Generator People can help you with that. They install whole home generators. So like if your power goes out, 30 seconds later, boom, you got your Wi-Fi back on. And we all know that we can't live without the Wi-Fi these days. Everything runs on Wi-Fi. My garage door works on Wi-Fi. It's crazy. But yeah, so check out OptimizeGP.com. They can get you connected with a whole home generator. And it can run indefinitely as long as you have natural gas or fuel. Yeah. Anyway, it's great. Check them out. Optimize Generated People, OptimizeGP.com. Either way, let's go get to. All right. And our presenting sponsor is Chase Group Construction. They build stuff, renovate, they build new, they do all that. ChaseGroupConstruction.com. That's the website right there. There's their logo. You probably have seen their logo around town. They built the Fat Pats in Breaux Bridge, in Broussard. They're building the Pickleball restaurant in Youngsville, some other stuff, some really cool places. The Christian Montessori School in Scott that just opened, they built that. So check them out, ChaseGroupConstruction.com. We really appreciate their support, and let's get on with the episode. All right, so ladies, how is it going today?
Good.
So good.
Thanks for having us.
We are so happy to be here.
Yeah, so I've been hearing about the Hive Market off and on for the past couple of years, and I don't go to Grand Coteau, Sunset area often, but when I do, there's a reason. There's a specific reason, and that's to go to a local business that's really unique. And that area of Acadiana has some really unique places, and it sounds like you guys are equally as unique. So I want to give you the chance to kind of introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you guys.
Sure. I'm gonna go.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Phoebe. I am the manager at the Hive Market. My dad and my stepmother, Heather, own it, and I've been working under them for the last year or so. I started when I was in college, and I was doing it part-time, and then I kind of grew into the position, and now I'm managing full-time over there. And our whole mission is to just support local and support our local vendors and help bring what Louisiana is into our little shop. We have so much charm in there, and I think when you walk in, it's just like a big hug from Louisiana. So that's what we really love, and we're able to show that through the store. And I think that's the best overall way I could describe it.
Yeah. I'm Heather. The concept kind of came when there wasn't much going on out there. There was a small store called Chicory's that used to be in the building that we will be moving into, and they left right around COVID. And so there was just a big vacant spot in Grand Coteau for nothing going on. They had Brent's, which does plate lunches and stuff, but we just saw a need for, there's so many schools in that area down the street, like 3 schools or 4 schools dead end down the street from us. So we wanted to bring in coffee, things for schools that, and help support the community a little bit. So the Louisiana pride of everything kind of came in. We want to locally source as much as we can. We really focused on organic stuff, no corn syrup, no food coloring, things like that. We have snowballs and we make our own syrups for. So we kind of really focused on food, community, and being supportive to the schools in that area.
Okay. Yeah. So that's quite the nutshell of the introduction. So, all right. So Heather, your information that you sent me, you came from a couple of different cities. Are you originally from the Acadiana area, or are you from out of state?
I was born in Kentucky, but we moved to Louisiana when I was 6, and we moved like down the bayou. So I was in Lockport, Louisiana. Then my dad transferred, and we ended up in Lafayette. And so I've been here since I was 12, on and off, because I've moved other places.
All right, so from Kentucky.
Yes.
Wow.
Kentucky, Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kentucky. So,
I was born in Kentucky, but we lived in like right on the border.
Okay, well, that's an interesting tidbit there, because your shop is also in a weird area where you guys linger on the edge of multiple different zip codes. So moving from Kentucky area, Tennessee area to the South Louisiana area, since you were 12, you said, right?
I was 6 when we first moved here.
Okay. So you lived in Los Angeles.
Correct.
Portland. I mean, a couple of different places. New Orleans. You have a New Orleans phone number. What led you to go to those cities?
Originally, I graduated high school in Lafayette from St. Thomas More, and I wanted to go somewhere where nobody else was going. We didn't have social media and stuff back then, and I guess I wanted to challenge myself, take myself out of the cliques or whatever from high school.
There's cliques in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not.
And challenge myself, see who I was, and learn about myself in a different element. And I went to Portland, I guess my senior year, and we went snowboarding and stuff, and I fell in love with the city. And no one else was going there, so I was just like, I'm going to do this. So I went there, stayed there for a few years, and then moved back to Lafayette to go to USL.
Okay.
It was USL then.
Yeah. So Portland back then probably looked a little bit different than it does today.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a different city for sure. It was more grungy, 90s kind of rock era when I went there, which I was totally into. And I wanted to be somewhere that was in nature and, you know, just kind of had mountains and beaches and things like that. So it was perfect for me.
So from Portland, when did you live in Los Angeles?
I moved back from Portland. I was in Lafayette for a while. Then I moved to New Orleans, and then I moved back, and it was just, I wasn't ready for Lafayette again, so I moved to LA.
Wow. Okay. So I'm interested in the path here because
There is no path.
well,
Lack thereof.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it sounds like you were just a young, kind of maybe early 20s, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out life. We all have had that moment, and some of us are probably there. Not me, myself, because I'm not 20. But I've had some wild stuff. But I've thought about moving out of Louisiana a few times. In my early 20s, I was like, oh, I want to move to Vegas.
Right.
Because I was big into graphic design, and I still am. And I thought, there's a place that I've been to. I've been to Vegas a couple times. I was like, this is probably the best place to be in graphic design. Is like freaking billboards and graphics everywhere.
24-hour city.
Yeah, like every building has a freaking display of, you know, ads, and the cabs have ads, and you know, the ads have ads, and I was like, oh, this is. And then after visiting, I realized that nobody seemed happy.
Yeah.
In Vegas, and I was like, I don't want to not be happy. Like, I want to be happy where I live. And, like, not to say there's nobody that's happy in Vegas, but, like, obviously the Strip is not a happy place, typically.
Yeah. It's like urban,
Yeah, right.
Excuse me.
You know, I'm pretty sure, like, outside of the Strip, there's great stuff, I guess. I've been off Strip once, and that was to go to a bar. So you just kind of see where that went. Got onto the airplane lit. Let's just say that. And if you didn't get back on the plane leaving Vegas lit, you did
doing it wrong.
You did it wrong.
Yeah.
You did it wrong.
Yeah.
And apparently I did it right.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right. But
You paid for it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
oh, yeah. Well, okay. So going back to your jumping around to city in Los Angeles, what was fascinating? Why did you end up going to Los Angeles?
I went there because I was interested in work. I was a photographer, and I was wanting to work in the film industry. that changed once I got there. I bartended basically everywhere, and that's how I paid rent. And I was working on different photography jobs here and there. Back then, I worked in a dark room. I printed in all of the big dark rooms out there because nothing was digital quite yet. So I loved it. I had a great time. I was there with two of my best friends from high school, and we just had a blast. But it wasn't a place that I saw myself long term. The cost of living, first of all, and then the lack of community. As a Southern girl, that was really important to me, and that's something that, like, in LA, they have the neighborhoods, and I feel like that's kind of like the little communities because it's such a large city, but you never felt like you couldn't go into the grocery store and be like, hey, what's up to somebody. They're like, why are you talking to me? You know? So, I mean, I would just see somebody grab something and be like, that's a great, can of soup or whatever. And they're just like, oh my God.
She's
so
crazy.
I was just that I missed that engagement of people just saying hi because they wanted to be nice and have a good day. People didn't seem to, it didn't have that vibe. It was a totally different vibe, which I enjoyed and learned and grew from, but I was ready for something else.
Yeah, no, I get it. So in New Orleans, so you lived in New Orleans before Los Angeles, correct?
Yes, for a short stint. Yeah.
Okay. New Orleans had to be a little bit more vibey for you.
For sure.
Yeah.
I still love New Orleans. It's a love-hate relationship. I think everybody in Louisiana has that with New Orleans. I do love New Orleans. It's a hard city to live in as well. But I've always gone back. We still own property there. I had a restaurant there for a few years off Magazine that I ran.
What was the restaurant?
It was called Cafe Rainy. They still have 2 locations in Mandeville and Covington, and they're called Coffee Rainy. They helped form, I think, my idea of food and stuff like that.
Okay. Nice. So Phoebe, do you have quite the journey as well?
Well, not as extensive, but I did. So I was born and raised in Lafayette. I went to school in Lafayette up until my freshman year of high school. I went to STM my freshman year, and then my stepfather, long story. My mom had a baby, and my stepfather was working in New Orleans, so we ended up moving to New Orleans as well. I went there. I went to a couple different schools in New Orleans, but I graduated high school from De La Salle in New Orleans, and then I was ready to come back here right after that, and went to UL, graduated from UL, and then hopped right into the Hive.
Yeah.
She was in there during COVID too, like her college years.
Yeah,
like,
so
started.
I was a freshman when COVID hit. So 2 or 3 weeks into my first English class, he was like, "Okay, so we're not doing this anymore." And I was like, "Okay." So I had a house on Taft Street, and we just literally hung out all day for like a year.
So your college experience wasn't very college-y.
Not at all. So my college house the dorms were right next door. So I was very close to campus, and I never had to go to class on campus, ever.
And you graduated UL?
Well, no, eventually I did, but while I was in that house
yeah.
that was right next to campus, I never had to go to campus. So it was a little bit contradictory of the whole idea of what we were doing there. So, but yeah, about 2/3 of my college experience was
online,
digital. Yeah.
Wow.
It's such a different experience.
Yeah, like, and growing up, you always imagine college being a certain way, especially Hollywood portrays college to be a certain way, and then you get there. I've never been to college, so I'm like, well, I just know from the movies and from what I've talked to people about, but. Yeah, it doesn't sound like that was anything like what you envisioned.
No, and it was the peak of COVID, so it also took a long time for things to get back to how they were. So that 4 years that I was there was definitely not the college experience, but I had fun.
What did you go to school for?
I started in, what did I start in? I think I started in marketing, and then I couldn't get through the accounting. That was too hard. And so I switched to general studies and then studied a minor in business.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. So general studies, minor in business, and that's kind of where you are now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up taking a lot of hospitality classes, and look where it led me.
So you mentioned earlier, if I heard correctly, you mentioned stepmother, and then I also heard stepfather.
Yeah. Got it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is okay. So I'm curious. So
she is my stepmother.
Stepmother. Okay.
Yes.
And then she's married to
my dad.
Your
my
biological
father,
dad.
my biological father.
Wow.
Right. Yes. And they are also still good friends.
Yeah,
so,
we've known each other since high school. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You can take a second to put it all together if you
I'm
need.
trying. Where does the stepfather come in?
So my mom, my mom married a man
Okay.
from Texas.
Oh,
and
got it. Okay.
They ended up having a child together. That was her second marriage, obviously, and he never had a kid, so they wanted to have one, and they did.
Wow.
So now I have a little 12-year-old brother, and he's the light of my world. I love him so much.
He's
Awesome.
awesome.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's on our Facebook page. It's something you'll see him on there.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
See, he was our little, our missing puzzle piece is what I call him.
Yeah.
We love him so much.
All right, so I got one more ad sponsor to read, and we'll get into the kind of the nitty gritty of what you guys got going on. So real quick, Music Academy of Acadiana. You've heard me talk about them before. They are a great local school. So if you want to learn music, you can be old, you can be young, you can be experienced, you can be not experienced at all. You can sing, you can think you can sing, or you cannot sing at all. Take it for what you want. But you can check them out, musicacademyacadiana.com, founded locally by Tim Benson, who is also, I think, the guitarist of an emo early 2000s rock cover band called The Criers. I had them on the podcast a few episodes ago. Great local guys. But check them out, musicacademyacadiana.com. And if you want to check out The Criers, they're on all the streaming platforms. I also have their album up there, which they gave me, which I have not opened it because I don't have a CD player. So I keep it as a shrine, I guess, and then I just go to YouTube Music and I type in their band name and play the music from there and give them a few streams. So anyway, check out musicacademyofacadiana.com. Really great school. Okay, so going to Grand Coteau, so we were talking offline before we went live about my dad. And my dad, whenever I told him about Grand Coteau, at first, his understanding of Grand Coteau was that it was called Big Knife, or like translated to Big Knife. And I was like, no, it's Grand Coteau, like Big Hill.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I think it's Big Knife. I'm like, let me see where you're getting confused. So I Googled it, and apparently there is a Grand Coteau, which is Big Knife.
Oh, okay.
But Grand Coteau, I forget the spelling, but there's I think one letter difference.
Yeah.
I think, how's Grand Coteau spelled?
Ours is Teau, like Coteau.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think there is a Coteau though, and it's spelled a certain way, and I think it translates to knife.
Knife? So that's a new
look,
one. I
he's
haven't
got
heard
a
that.
point.
Yeah, so I had to see, like, Dad, where are you getting this from? So I went to the internet, and then just sure enough, the internet knows all.
Yeah.
So Grand Coteau, we were talking before we went live about the dynamic of Sunset, Grand Coteau, Arnoldville area, and apparently there is
A bit of rivalry.
a bit of rivalry, like
Yeah.
like you just said. Like, tell me a little bit about that as it relates to your business, and also you said that you guys have the ability to use multiple addresses, which is fascinating.
We could, yeah. So basically, we're all St. Landry Parish, but we have a zip code that incorporates us as Opelousas. We have another zip code that incorporates us as Sunset, and then we have the one we use, which is the Grand Coteau one. So I think over time in the history of the area, they've tried to maybe collaborate, and that didn't work. The two towns wanted to be separate. We don't mess with that at all. We just, this is our zip code.
Yeah. So what zip code do you claim? The Grand Coteau one?
70541, which is the Grand Coteau
Grand
one.
Coteau,
Yeah.
yes.
But if you Google us, and or MapQuest, whatever comes up, it may show a different zip code.
Might show Sunset, probably.
Yeah.
Or Lafayette.
Or
Yeah,
even
I don't
Opelousas.
know.
Yeah. So you don't, but it gets you there regardless, which is great. But some places say Sunset for our address, which technically we aren't. But we're never going to throw any, we'll
We
take
don't
it.
have any
Yeah.
beef with Sunset, but Sunset might have beef with us. We don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you guys create the Hive Market?
Originally, we took over the space across the street from where we are now located, and that was where Chicory's was. They had closed. We were going to kind of pick up that momentum, and COVID hit. So we just kind of put the kibosh on everything during COVID, and we're just, let's figure this out. Let's re-navigate. Everybody was going to drive-ins and drive-throughs and all that, so we were just like, we're not going to do anything. We ended up purchasing the building that we are going to move into. But we wanted to start something before that because we knew we were putting a commercial kitchen, all that other stuff in. So we were just like, let's start the business and feel it out. So we rented the building across the street from where we are right now. And that's where we are housed. That's where the Hive Market is currently at 202 East Martin Luther King. It's a great old building. That's the kind of vibe we wanted. It's a town, it's small, and we wanted that community vibe and everything. So now we're trying to get across the street. We put in a commercial kitchen. We're redoing everything. We're adding a bar. So we will be growing and moving across the street, hopefully end of December, beginning of January.
We've officially outgrown the space that was supposed to be temporary, and it has been temporary, but we are beyond that capacity, so we're ready to get into a bigger building as soon as possible.
Everything's electrical. I mean, it's like there's no commercial kitchen in where we are. We are a coffee shop.
We are a makeshift kitchen at this point. And
so
we started as just coffee, and then we started adding little sandwiches and wraps and breakfast sandwiches, and now we've got a full menu. We have a full house on Saturdays, and we're just ready to get into a bigger space.
What's the square footage of the space currently?
Like
roughly
2,000.
Yeah, and a lot of it is not dead space, but our actual dining room, I'd say, is about 750 square feet.
It's tiny.
It's very tiny.
We have a few couches for people because we want the vibe to stay the same of like, we have a lot of people that come in and stay there all day working on the computer because we have fiber optics and nobody else does. The Wi-Fi is terrible out there. So a lot of people come and work at our space. And when we move, we don't want to lose that. We want them to still be, able to come in, use the Wi-Fi, grab a coffee, hang out, do their work. So we're definitely, as we move, we're going to keep that vibe in there. There'll be a dining room, but across, there'll also be like the
lounge
market
area.
Yeah, the couches, the chairs, and things like that.
Okay. What made you want to start the Hive?
More than anything, the lack of anything being there and wanting access to that.
Yeah,
I think
we came from New Orleans. We're foodies. There's great food on every corner, and we're in the country, and we're like, we want to eat. Yeah. We need a place to eat, and there's nowhere right around the corner to just go be in a charming place, have good, fresh food that's not frozen, and it's just not available in the area. So I think that more than anything, just us being foodies and wanting to eat.
And not have to drive to Lafayette for it every time we want something.
I know. Look, Grand Coteau, I mean, it's not that far from Lafayette, but it's a drive.
Yeah. It's a day trip. It's not something you're just going to go run, get some lunch, and come back.
No. I mean, what is it? 30-ish to 40 minutes?
It can be about 40 minutes.
With traffic.
If you're coming from, the mall area, it can very easily turn into an hour with traffic. But if you're coming from this side of town, downtown, it's about 30 minutes, 25.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on what time of day, honestly.
Yeah. You can't take your hour lunch break.
No, that's not going to work.
That's not going to happen.
But you can order catering.
That's true. And a lot of people that we get from Lafayette are coming in on the weekends when they're going to the flea markets, because Washington has a lot of flea markets in Sunset and Brobridge. So a lot of people come out there to do shopping. So Saturday is definitely our busiest day because a lot of people do the little day trips out there.
Yeah. Well, okay. So with your escapades running around the United States to different cities, arguably some of the most liberal cities
for sure
known to man. How is the Hive Market in relation to places that you've been? Did you pull inspiration from places that you've gone to in other cities? Did you is that something you wanted to channel, or did you kind of just create something that was more uniquely your own? Tell me a little bit about the creation of it. What was your thought process in that?
Sure. Definitely pulled from a little bit from everywhere. I think the healthy aspect, the fresh aspect, is important, and that's something I took away in LA. The farmers markets, the anything like it's just accessible. Not to say that New Orleans doesn't have that; it's just harder to come by. So I think being in LA and San Francisco definitely opened my world up to that. As far as the food and the flavor and stuff. LA is a mecca for food, so it definitely inspired me. When I came back, I love Southern food. There's just no getting. We have the best food in the world, period. It's amazing. So I think having something that could satiate both the seasoning and the Southern flair, but also be healthy was kind of our vibe. We just wanted something that a little bit for everybody.
Yeah. So you mentioned seasoning. Obviously, we have no shortage of seasoning in South Louisiana. We actually have the second annual seasoning festival happening in Karen Crow this weekend, which I'm a little surprised that it's only the second annual. You would think like this would be a thing that would have happened a long time ago, but it's only in the past like handful of years that every content creator on the internet now has their own seasoning blend.
Yes.
Like,
how do you choose?
Like,
right?
yeah, how do you choose? Oh, I think they all taste great, but I like this creator better.
Yeah.
That's why maybe I'm thinking, but like, okay, Brit's cooking out of the New Iberia area. She blew up, started her own seasoning, and everybody loves it because they know her. And I think maybe that, but some people have done blind taste tests and like they've chosen hers overall. But like, there's another little guy. His name's Nick, and he's got Lejeune's Best Cajun Seasoning, and I've had him on the podcast, and his is very unique in the sense that it has cinnamon in it, which is inspired from, like, I want to say the Cincinnati, Ohio area. Apparently, they put cinnamon in some of their seasonings. I don't know. But yeah, like, it's really good with not gumbo, chili, and like stuff, because cinnamon and chili, yeah. But, so... The reason why I'm bringing seasoning up is you mentioned seasoning, and I'm curious, as a South Louisiana girl, or partially, I guess, living in Los Angeles, did Los Angeles have anything that had actual flavor?
The Indian restaurants and things like that, the Thai restaurants, yes. That's when I say variety of food. I mean, you could get food from anywhere and it was exquisite. But no, they don't season their food. And I think that is, as a Southern girl, it's super important, you know, or for anybody in the South, I think we like our seasoning. So, no, there was not tons of seasoning and flavor in LA food unless you sought it out.
Ah, okay. The Indian restaurants make sense for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know how to use flavor.
They do.
And then you got Indian restaurants in South Louisiana. That's even multiplied flavor, which is wild. Okay, so you guys also have snowballs.
We do.
We do.
Like, it's hearing that makes me think that you're a snowball stand, but you are not. But you're a coffee shop. But then you also have, fresh food.
Right.
Like when you give someone the 30-second elevator pitch about what you guys do and what you are, what do you hone in on?
It's all things Louisiana.
Yeah, there's something for everyone. All things Louisiana, and we support local. So with those three things, I think that everyone should come in and come out happy. Anytime someone comes in and they're like, oh, I'm just looking around, they look at the menu, they look at our pastry case that's staring right at your face, and they say, oh, well, I could take that home. So we like to really make sure that everyone can come in and come out with something that they really like, whether it's a snowball, a pastry, a coffee, food. What else do we do? Ice cream.
we
do homemade ice cream.
Yeah. Wow.
So we've got kids, we've got older people, we've got priests, we've got all walks of life come into our shop. So we have to make sure everyone's happy.
And not overwhelm the menu at the same time.
Right.
We don't want a huge menu. We want to keep it simple.
Okay, so I guess the question now is, in order to keep things fresh, because that's what you guys want to make sure to do, also have a menu that fits everybody's taste and wants at that time, but also keep the menu not to be huge, because you can go to, Cheesecake Factory.
It's massive.
And or BJ's Brew House. I want to say I counted not counted, like I didn't sit there and count each item at BJ's Brew House, but I
like a
looked.
textbook.
They have the numbers, and it was like I want to say like 180 something items.
Crazy.
No way.
Like why? Or that might have been Cheesecake Factory. It was one of those. Like they have a lot.
Yeah.
How many items do you have, and like how do you maintain freshness? And also, it sounds like you guys make a lot of your own stuff.
We do. Our chef Noelle is amazing, and her team back there, everybody is in the kitchen.
So we make all of our own sauces in house. I think that's huge. We don't do any Hidden Valley Ranch, nothing like that. Everything is made in house, homemade Caesar. We have a signature sauce called the Hive sauce, and it's a ketchup mayo mixture. Can't tell you all the ingredients, but seasoning. It's very good, and I think that's something that sets us apart. But yeah, we do. We make a lot of our own stuff. Our snowballs are made in-house. We use fresh fruit for all of our snowball flavors.
Cane sugar.
And you make those own syrups for them too?
Right. We make those
No
in-house.
corn syrup.
No corn syrups.
That is
no
wild.
food coloring.
No dyes.
Yeah.
No red 40. Organic cane sugar.
How do you maintain making all your own stuff? Like that seems time consuming.
It took a really long time to figure out how to make it work. That was probably one of our biggest challenges was to figure out how can we maintain a fresh menu, set ourselves apart from everyone else, but also make sure that everything is staying within their dates and everyone's staying on top of it as well. So that took us a long time to figure out, but we finally got it. And I think what we learned was small batches.
And inventory. Check your stuff, pay attention to what sells well, those kind of things to create no waste.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
Yeah,
Just
that's a
delicate
dance.
Yeah. But small batches has kind of been our safe haven.
It is. We are definitely small batch.
Yeah, we started out with making these huge batches of things, and then obviously that's in order to keep things fresh, you have to make sure that those things are selling within the allotted time that it's going to stay fresh. So we switched to smaller batches, and that changed the game for everything.
Yeah.
We're doing the same things over and over every day to make sure that they stay fresh.
Okay. So knowing that, what are some of the best-selling things at the Hive? I mean, coffee is obviously probably going to
We
be
do
a
French
good
truck
one.
coffee, which
Okay.
is exquisite coffee. It's excellent. It's out of Baton Rouge and New Orleans. They roast there, and nobody else is using them locally, and that was why we chose them. I personally love their coffee. So when we chose the coffee, we wanted coffee that was going to pair well with the milk we use, because the milk we use comes out of Slaughter, Louisiana, and it's, I'm going to say this right, no pasteurized, low homogenized. So it's got the cream top, and it's got more fats, and it's a healthier milk, more coming straight from the cow kind of vibe.
No preservatives in there. It's got that natural separation, which kind of freaks people out sometimes when they don't know about it. But if you see a cream top on a milk, that is good quality milk. And you shake it up, and
It's got a little sweet.
it's got a sweet. It's a little bit thicker than a regular milk, and it goes so well with the coffee.
Way more vitamins, minerals, and
You
things
get
like
all that good stuff. And there's a lot of laws and changing restrictions about raw milk. So not to be confused with raw milk. We don't sell raw milk. We do use this milk, though. That's the next best thing that doesn't have complications with the law and stuff like that.
Feliciana's best
Creamery?
Yeah. And Slaughter is who we get it from.
So the milk, you said it's not pasteurized?
Non-homogenized, low pasteurized.
Oh, okay, low
Yeah.
pasteurization.
That's why I was like, I had to get it right.
Yeah. So what's crazy is I don't know why my TikTok led me this direction. I was not looking up milk or anything like that. Like milk is one of my least favorite beverages.
Right.
Like I'll have milk with coffee. That's really about it, or cereal.
Yeah.
But like this farmer came onto my FYP, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He's talking about milk. I don't know why I'm staying, but whatever. He's talking about he had a hook, and it was a very good one, and it was like a 2 or 3 minute video, which is wild because anything longer than a minute, I'm like, this better be good.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the obsession of people wanting more closer to raw milk thing, and he was educating why you may not want raw milk.
Correct.
You still want some pasteurization, and he was educating like why pasteurization is not a bad word, but it needs you need to understand what pasteurization does, what it does not do. And I would have to go back. I'd be remiss if I say I say remiss. I don't know if that's the correct word, but I don't know the exact language that he was using, but I remember hearing like temperature. Like milk goes under a temperature and it kills certain bacteria.
Yeah.
But he said there's still good bacteria in
There
the
is.
milk.
Gut needs those kind of things for sure.
And lots of vitamins and minerals that ultra pasteurized milk you don't get from. So
it's the milk we have is creamy. It's not milky. I mean watery. So you know what I'm saying? Like some milk you get, it's just like water. Ours is thicker. It's like I said, you can't get it in stores. It's, you know, at farmers markets only. We literally drive out to slaughter sometimes to pick up the milk from the farm.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Everyone should try it.
Yeah. We also sell it in our storefront. So if anybody wants to come try it, we sell it right inside the hive.
Okay, so for those that want milk alternatives, because you have those really picky people that want oat milk, or they want almond milk, or they want
when
this
it comes
milk.
to coffee, they know how
Very
they want
specific.
it. Yeah,
we got to make sure we have it all. So yeah, we have pretty much all the alternatives: pistachio, oat, almond, coconut, and then on the dairy side we have whole, heavy cream, and half and half.
Okay.
We got a full scope of it.
Yeah.
It's hard for somebody to not find something that they like to pair it with.
You know, I don't want to linger on milk, but like milk is
it's very
milk
important.
is an interesting thing. So I love almond milk.
Do you?
I do
I
too.
do. I don't know why. What I do love about it is that it is more shelf stable than the grocery store milk that you get. And I think that was one of the things that the guy mentioned in the video. And I think the hook was, why does milk spoil so fast?
Right.
And that I think that's what got me. I was like, why does it spoil so fast? And there was a reason for it, and I got lost in the sauce on that. But I was kind of listening, and I was like, well, I get almond milk because it lasts a lot longer, and I put it in the fridge anyway. But this guy was saying like, oh, there's like milks that you don't have to put in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I said, that is wild. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't want to see milk just sitting out.
Yeah.
But he said like lower pasteurized milk, I think, is what he said can last. It's more shelf stable, from what I understood. I don't know for sure. I'm not going to test the waters on that.
Right, I would.
Like, but even the almond milk, like, it's a little scary because I'll grab it and I'm like, do the sniff test. And I'm like, oh, still smells all right. Doesn't have anything floating in it.
Yeah.
But like the consistency of almond milk too, like it's so close to milk, like regular milk.
Yeah.
And it's like you can get it sweetened or unsweetened. And I like it both ways. I'm like, I can eat cereal with this and I'm not upset with it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I can put this in coffee and I'm not upset with it.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, but like apparently oat milk is different for people.
I think it has a higher glycemic index, or however that is said, but it's something with oat that like some people have allergies to it or things like that. It seems like, which is why we offer a variety. Some people, I personally am probably not going to put coconut milk in my coffee, but other people really like it and that's what they go to. It just depends. You know, milk can be very testy on the stomach and things like that. So I think people stick to what they know works for them.
You know, and I know people who know that their gut can't handle
And they
milk
still do
and
it.
they will sacrifice.
It depends, you know.
Yeah, crazy stuff. We did get a comment from Annie Landry. She said, I went to the Hive Market recently with some friends and it was fabulous. Best of luck to you ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate that.
We love positive feedback.
Yeah, that is good for someone to go out of their way and make a comment about it.
Absolutely.
Typically, your comment sections, and thankfully not mine, but on the internet in general, are usually more negative than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to get something positive, it actually
it feels
takes
good.
a lot more work.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, which is good. I need to go check you guys out now.
You
Yeah,
'cause,
you do.
I don't find myself in that area, like I said, often, but like there was a random day, I don't know, I think it was either earlier this year or late last year, where my wife and I and her brother, we just had a wild hair and we went to Arnoldville to Bayou Teche Brewery and to the Cajun Saucer pizza place. And I did not know where it was located for the longest time. I just knew that it was not in Lafayette.
Right.
But I knew it was close by. I want to say I thought like maybe outskirts of Broussard, but I was like, you know, I didn't have any reason at that time to look it up. Well, then we started talking about going, and I said, well, let me see where this place is at because I need to get there.
Right.
Arnaville. I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. It's really not. And then I'm like, but it feels like it's out in the middle of nowhere. And we get there, and it felt like it was in the middle of nowhere.
It is.
It was
really
in a field. There was like combine tractors out there. It's like,
Yeah.
we are in the middle of nowhere, but
Yeah.
there's this really cool pizza place right
Yeah.
here
Right.
and a brewery. It's like, why? Why is it here? And I think that's what's fascinating about that area of Acadiana, the Sunset, Grand Coteau, Arnoldville area, is that there are some really unique places just in the most bizarre spots.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
The heart of Cajun country. Yeah. Where you're going to find the best things. You got to
Yeah.
go looking.
And so I say that to say that, like, sometimes it's worth going the little extra mileage out of the city of Lafayette or the area you're in, whether that be Opelousas, BFE, to just try something different. Like,
For sure.
and so I'm selling myself here to go to your guys' place here. Okay, so you mentioned that you guys are expanding currently, or like actively moving into a new space.
We will be in December. Yeah, we're building it out right now.
Okay, so this is from the ground up, or is it already a space that existed?
It existed, but we gutted it.
Okay.
And it's doubling in the size, and we've added a commercial kitchen. We're adding a bar, bathroom. So it's been an undertaking for sure.
The bar. Okay, that's interesting because you're a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You're essentially a restaurant. You're a snowball place, and now you're introducing alcohol.
Yep.
Yep.
And typical Louisiana fashion. I mean, alcohol. It feels like you have to have it.
There will be daiquiris.
Okay. Look,
There will be adult snowballs.
that's what I was about to ask you.
Absolutely. We're going to dabble in that.
Is there any other places in the area that does adult snowballs?
I don't think so. We did it in New Orleans a few times for the
Of
St.
course you did.
Yeah, when I had the restaurant and magazine for the St. Patty's Day parade, we would do green snowballs with like Jameson bourbon or whatever vodka they wanted, and people loved them, right? So whenever we knew we were going to do snowballs here, and again, the snowballs came in because we have so many schools around us, and it was like, how do you open a place that's Louisiana driven without a snowball? So it came, I mean, it's not something, I mean, we do them year round too. So, there's no cutoff. You can get them anytime. But yeah, the adult part of it, a lot of parents, they're like, do you have anything back there to address it? And I'm like, we will across the street.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, this is not something that you could probably take into your car, right?
I mean, you can do a daiquiri.
You can do a daiquiri.
So, and as
you
long
put
as
a
you're
lid
not
on
drinking it, we'll put a lid on
You
it.
put a lid on it, everything's cool.
I think you're good.
Yeah.
We don't make the rules.
We'll do curbside for that, I think. Yeah.
Well, so the last podcast that I had, we had two people from the Hammond Slidell area, and we were talking about the invention of the daiquiri, the drive-through daiquiri place. And apparently one of the first drive-through daiquiri places was in Lafayette.
Okay.
Founded by a guy who was, I don't think he was from Lafayette. They have a podcast that they just released. It's called the Big Bad Boot podcast, and they talk about the guy who created the daiquiri factory.
Okay.
I don't remember this because it was before my time.
Yeah.
I think it was back in the 80s or 90s. Way before I could even have alcohol. But he was the pioneer that essentially kind of moved the needle to get daiquiris into a car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which is
thank him.
fascinating.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Right, I know.
God
like,
bless him.
what a guy to put alcohol into a car. But essentially, with even just like the tape is what separates you from jail,
Yep.
which is the craziest thing. So with a snowball, typically a snowball, or depending on what part of Louisiana you are and how you were raised, I was raised in a part of Louisiana that straddled the line between Cajun and redneck, and we called them snow cones.
Right.
I know. Okay. But literally it was a cone of ice.
And we do a cone, but we call it a snowball.
Yeah, but it's still a snowball.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you.
So whenever I moved to Lafayette, met a girl here and she called it a snowball, and I'm like,
What's that?
well, what is that? And then the way she explained it, at least if I can remember correctly, because it's been a few years, that a snowball has typically ice cream or cream in it. I'm like, really?
I haven't heard that before, but
but that's her
it makes
explanation.
sense.
To
It definitely
me.
does make sense. Yeah,
We do stuff 'em.
We have homemade ice cream. We do condensed milk.
Yeah.
And for me, that
cheesecake.
hearing that, I thought that made sense because coming from a snow cone world where it didn't have cream in it, you could add it, but it was still a snow
It's
cone.
just syrup and ice.
Right. But moving here, hearing the word snowball, it made sense because it's a ball, it's white, and if it's in the snow cone, then you change it to snowball. I don't know. But let me tell you, my world was changed at that point because I like creamsicle ice cream, orange creamsicle. And I don't think it was on the menu at the places that we would go at the time, but I saw that they had orange flavored syrup. And I said, I'm going to try something. I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to put ice cream in my orange snowball or orange snow cone. And magic happened. It was the best snow cone, snowball, whatever you want to call it, I have ever had. And in my kid years, I was a spearmint guy.
Yeah.
I loved mint chocolate, spearmint type of stuff. But the orange and ice
Citrus,
cream,
yeah.
ooh,
That's refreshing.
it is. And
That
on a
sounds
hot
really
day,
good.
man.
Can't beat it.
Yeah. We actually did a homemade ice cream one time that was, I think, orange flavored. We had little orange bits in it, and then we did a specialty snowball with our sour satsuma flavor. So it was a homemade orange flavored ice cream stuffed inside of our sour satsuma snowball
Yum.
with condensed
Dude,
milk on
and I
top.
bet you that one hit because it's all like natural stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
It's good.
God, look, my mouth is watering for a snowball. Like, that's weird to think about. Okay, so tell us a little bit about how can people find you? What is the address? What are your hours? Stuff like that.
Sure. We're located at 202 East Martin Luther King. When we do move locations, it will just be directly across the street. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. You can find us always there. We have our webpage as well. Our hours of operation during the week, we're closed on Sundays and Mondays currently. That might change once we get across the street and offer dinner service and things like that. 7 a.m. till 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay. Awesome. Look, I'm going to have to go out there to take photos of your expansion.
Please.
Yeah,
Because
we love that.
I just found out today, obviously reading what you had sent me about it, and I'm like, well, I need to go out there, and it'll give me a good reason to go try it.
Stop
Maybe
by.
either get a coffee with either almond milk or fancy milk that you guys have. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna come check it out. Is there anything that we did not touch on that you guys want to talk about before we close out?
That, like I said, everything that we try to do is bring money back into the economy of Louisiana. So we really try to locally, our beef is from New Iberia, from Gonslin. We get our chicken from Opelousas and Ballard. It's like we really try to locally source everything that we have in there. So it is, people can feel good about what they're purchasing. Not only is it delicious, but they're also giving back to our community. And that's kind of been our goal from the get-go.
Yeah. Trying to figure out how to stay as local as possible. Some things it was not possible, and that's just something we had to learn. But the things that we are proud to serve, we want everybody to know about, that our beef is local, our chicken is local, our milk is local. Yeah. All of our products that we sell retail is all local vendors. These are people who may be new, maybe established, like Miss Olivia Clare. She does all Catholic religious
Gorgeous
pendants
jewelry,
and ornaments, all made, handmade, beautiful stuff that people who don't know about us come see us because Olivia Clare's in there. So we kind of banter off of each other using these local vendors. We help them, they help us. So that's something that we really like to point out.
Our honey selection.
Our honey. We didn't talk
It's
about our
all-
honey.
No,
I
honey,
heard the
let's talk about it.
What's wrong with us?
No, that's what I was going to ask you too before we. I'm glad this happened because I was going to ask you, what is the hive, like the design? Like it's obviously a honeycomb shaped thing.
Yeah.
But and it's a bee, but nothing of this conversation
I
had
know.
anything
So
about
I think
bees and honey.
originally the building of, so we started with honeycomb.
Honeycomb was
the
going to be the
original
name of it.
name. And then things changed. We decided on the hive. And then it kind of all just fell into place. Our doors were
yellow.
already yellow, and it all just started falling into place. And the Hive kind of represents a community coming together into one place, a melting bowl, fresh,
you know, like those kind of
local,
it kinda
farm
covered
to
everything.
table. It's just all the vibes kind of mixed together on its own. We didn't really.
No,
It
we were
came
going
to us.
we were Honeycomb Cafe. We had no idea that we were going to switch to Hive, but it ended up working really well. And then that obviously led us to reaching out to all of the local honey farmers, bee farm, whatever, and we carry all of the honey in the region. Like you can get it from, we have people from Carencro, we have people from Abbeville, we have people from Baton Rouge, because honey is so specific to regions. And if people have allergies, you want to get honey that's closer to where you live because the bees pollinate with whatever
What you need.
Yeah, and so it helps with allergies and things. So we really wanted to offer honey that you could only get at farmers markets. That's not going to be on the store, at the grocery store. So people come in specifically for our honey.
All right, that's fascinating. I did not realize that honey can affect your allergies.
What it helps with them, like, because
Yeah.
the bees are taking the things that you're surrounded by and bringing it back to the hive and pollinating. So if, you know, it helps to help push out some of those allergies or get you adjusted to them. Bees are amazing.
Yeah.
That is
Save the bees.
Yeah.
wild. Okay. So obviously it's with the name like Hive, and like I thought we were about to end this sucker. Like,
We went
we're
through
on
milk, now
another
we're on
thing.
honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been getting into honey a little bit more. Like, I go to Black Cat Cafe or Black Cat Coffee House off of Moss Street. Recently went to CC's and I talked with my salesperson, and we each get a green tea. And we, instead of sugar, we add honey to it because it's just a better sweetener. I like it better. But I don't really think much past that. And then recently I was thinking, like, how is honey in the store different than natural honey? Because like the little bear that you can buy with the
Right.
honey, like, oh,
It's cute.
it's honey.
Yeah.
Is that real honey in the bear?
Yes.
Okay. How does that bear, because I know honey can vary in price drastically.
Tremendously,
Like
yeah.
the little bear at the Dollar General is
Totally.
really cheap.
Yeah.
And there's one next to it that could be, 3 or 4 times the price. And I'm over here like, honey's honey, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Just grab the little bear. And now I'm thinking, like, especially after what you just mentioned about the local essence of it, maybe it's not a good thing to buy random honey.
Buy what suits your pocketbook and, and your taste, for sure. What we wanted to offer was something to the farmers as well, because our commitment is to the community, but it's also to the farmers. We are in an agricultural place like Grand Coteau, Arnoldville. That's all farming land. And there's a lot of people that can't make it to farmers markets, and set up a stand and afford that. So being able to give them a shelf, because we do sell things in the market, giving them space to be able to have that was unique and awesome for them. And they've been very receptive to it. They're super excited. I got a call from the Carencro bees guy.
Down south?
Yeah, Down South Bees. I mean, they're super excited to be able to offer their product to the community, because we have a storefront. So that's pretty amazing in itself. But honey is honey. I think it boils down to marketing. The bears are obviously, and we have bears on the shelf. I personally like the honey that's coming out of glass. That's just me. That's a preference. So I like the mason jars and things like that. That's just a personal preference.
Yeah, I think that all goes into price too.
It does.
When
The
you're
glass is
asking
more
about
expensive.
the price difference on the shelf, well, of course, Great Value is going to be a little bit cheaper because that honey's coming from wherever it's coming from, mass produced. They're able to get those cheaper prices and get the price down. But next to whatever is next to it, maybe Carmichael's from here.
and they're a large production.
They're a large production as well, but they're more local, so that might be the price difference between those two.
And Bernard's.
Bernard's.
I mean, they have a lot of local ones that are from here, but they are large scale. So the ones that we're carrying are not. They're coming from the people who are filling the jars themselves. It's not coming from a manufacturing place. Like, they're buying the jars. And so we definitely wanted to give them that space. And I don't find that I can get the honey that we get from them. Wrights is another one out of Abbey.
Wrights
That's
is one
amazing.
of our best sellers. They have beautiful packaging, beautiful marketing.
Their glass jars are
a
gorgeous.
wonderful company, a mom and pop.
Yeah.
They're just a great, and I think they're out of Wright, Louisiana.
Yeah, it's right by Abbeville.
Yeah. So that's one
And
of
they're
our
always
best
at
sellers.
the farmers market. We just want to give them. I mean, one day a week is really hard to make it. So being able to give them shelf space is invaluable.
They're trying to do stuff for Louisiana, and we want to do stuff for them.
We're here
so,
for it.
yeah, we love to bring all those people in that love Louisiana.
Yeah,
Just as much as
obviously
us.
You guys are. It sounds like you guys are like, if supporting local was a definition, I think you guys are like
That
right
is
there.
our
Like,
whole
it
mission.
feels
Yeah.
like it. Before we go, there was something else. You're talking about how you source all of your ingredients and your chicken and your beef and all that. So I also, down the rabbit hole of social media, learned how Cisco works, the Cisco trucks that you see pulling up at different restaurants. And this guy, and I'm going to ask you a question after this, is he went to multiple different restaurants at different parts of the country to test certain menu items to see if he could get the same, like, for example, curly fries or cheddar peppers, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, can I get the same here versus here in like a completely different part of the country? And some of the items, he got the exact same thing. He's like, this looks like it could be a Cisco
situation
treat here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in this economy, it's hard to do those kind of things. I understand that some places have to stick with that. We do have to get some things from them. So we get some things from JV. But anything, our main ingredients are all locally sourced as much as we possibly can.
We have a great distributor, JV Foods, who is able to distribute all local products. Maybe not every single thing they do, but a lot of their things is local. So it's great to have them, a big truck that comes to us every week. They bring us our milk, they bring us our bacon, they bring us shrimp from Dulac, Louisiana. It's amazing to have someone like that to be able to bring it straight to us. We don't have to go run to Slaughter, Louisiana to get anything. So that has been a game changer for us. It would not, I don't think it'd be possible without them.
It's nice to find good vendors.
Yeah.
No, I think that's obviously part of running a successful business, that you have products on the shelf, is once you start growing and you get busy, you can't just be running around going get all the stuff to put on your shelf. You have to have people to bring it to you.
We did it for a while.
Yeah, we ran around with our heads cut off for quite a while.
Yeah.
We just made 3 years old. So
Wow. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then you're already expanding. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Well, this was fun. I learned a few things about you guys. I mean, like I said, I've heard of the name before, but 3 years is still relatively new to a lot of people.
We're still a baby.
Yes.
We have people coming all the time that live right around the corner and didn't even know we're there. So,
well, funny with what I do. I mean, I started developing Lafayette in 2012. There are still people finding out about what I do, and I'm like,
there's a lot of people here.
I've been doing this for a while. They're like, oh yeah, I just found out about you. I'm like, really? You're from here? No, I'm born and raised. I'm like,
okay.
First time on the internet?
Right.
Like, I feel like if you're here, you probably know of it, but it's really wild. So that just goes to show, like, forever, you're going to be reaching people locally that have lived here that never knew you guys every day. There's just, it's marketing and constantly being out there and getting into the community and letting people know about you. Is obviously you guys are utilizing this method. This is great. So I hope that this, and then I'm gonna go to your spot, grab something to eat, I'm sure, and check out the expansion.
Absolutely.
I'll let you know. I'll text you before I do that, so you're not caught off guard. But I'm hoping that this helps you out and gets the word out a lot more for you guys.
We appreciate
love
it.
that. Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Well, I think that's it. So it's almost 11:30. This
That
was
went
good.
by quick.
I know, that was awesome.
Yeah. Was this your first podcast that you've
You were
ever
the
done?
first.
You're
Yeah.
the first podcast
We
ever.
didn't want to market too much because, like I said, we are very small, and the kitchen can get overwhelmed really quickly. Like, that's why we haven't marketed so much.
Our grill is about this big.
Yeah. So we do the best we can with what we've got, but we didn't want to hurt the business by promoting and then not being able to deliver. So there are people that haven't heard about us, and that's great. That's why we are growing. And so we've started reaching out and doing things like this, and we appreciate the exposure.
Absolutely. I love talking to somebody different. Any chance I can get to meet somebody new in business locally that's doing some really cool stuff, I try to jump on it. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool stuff. Well, with that, you guys have a great weekend, and
Happy Halloween.
I know, right? And it's on Friday of all things.
I know.
Like,
What are the odds?
And it's great that it's not in the middle of the week, because you go to trick or treating, get a kid loaded up with candy.
It's
you're like,
hard when it's in the middle of the week.
go to bed.
They should just make it on the weekend.
I know. It should be always on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like Mardi Gras can move around.
Yeah,
I mean, but that is also because Jesus did the 40 days and 40 night thing and whatnot.
He had something to do
Easter
with it.
and all that.
But no, Halloween's always on this day. Like, oh God. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend, and this was fun.
You too. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give them a follow. Check out their website, and with that, enjoy your weekend.